Hey y'all, we're in here, we're putting down some pergola laminate floor. This used to be an old office a long time ago. It used to be a screen porch, and then we turned it into an office, and then it turned into a junk room. Now we finally decided to do something with it. Anyway, I'm pulling up the carpet. I got half the carpet pulled up, and I got half the flooring put down. So what I'm doing, you got these spacers right here, because this is a floating floor, and it's going to expand and contract. I got spacers here to keep the right amount of distance so it won't be jammed up against the baseboard. And also you can see here, right here around the air conditioning vents, I've already made my cutouts so the vents will just drop right in. So I've got half the flooring down. And the reason I did half and half is because I got this big tanning bed in here and I couldn't tote it out of here, so I did half the floor, then I moved it.
That's
now I'm
my
gonna do the other half. So what I'm gonna do is finish pulling up this carpet. You see right here, I've got it started, so just pull it up like that.
And how did you start it? Just with the back of a nail or something?
I just grabbed it, pulled it. And what we'll do is pull this carpet up.
This carpet actually is not in too bad a shape.
No, it's not. But we're doing something a little different.
Binks, you're gonna get eat up by the carpet.
Doing something a little different in this room. We decided the way it works out against the threshold at the doorway going to the porch, and this used to be, well, this is an exterior door because this used to be a porch because you got this exterior threshold here. So I'm gonna leave this carpet padding here, and what it's gonna do, it's worked out good so far, it's gonna deaden the sound when you walk on it so it won't sound hollow. Even though that pergo's got a little slight backing on it, this will help tremendously, plus it'll keep a good working level floor with the thresholds. So once I get the carpet out, I'm gonna take a hammer, because I'm gonna leave this tack strip down. And these tack strips, it's nothing but little sharp nails, that's what holds the carpet down. I'm gonna take the hammer and bride them down and just leave them in place instead of tearing them up.
Oh, that'll probably be easier, won't it?
Yeah. All right, we got most of the floor now. Deanna's been a little too busy to film me.
That's not so.
But I got a little bit left to do, but I'll show you what I'm doing. What I do, you just snap this laminate flooring together. It's real simple. So I just slid the groove in here, and then you just kind of take your tool and tap it into the groove here. And my tool broke, so I had to make me a tool out of a piece of wood.
It has like an edging on it.
It's got a little step in it, and it fits over the edge. Fits over the edge of the laminate flooring like that. And then you just tap it in place. There. A little tight to do it up against this wall. And what I'm gonna do, make sure that joint's in solid there.
It would be hard to get it off.
And this thing ain't gonna go in.
Show the rest of the floor.
Help it a little bit. So, let me get my other tool and cheat a little bit.
I like the different colorations in this floor.
This is what you use to pull it the long way to make sure the joints are tight. It's got a little piece of Velcro on it so it won't mar up your floor. But I'm gonna take it and try to pull the floor this way. Since I ain't got enough swing here, I'm gonna hit it here. As long as I don't tear up the floor doing it.
Watch my knees there.
And there you go. That's all you do. And we'll move down to the next piece and get it close as I can. Locked in. Right here, I'm gonna have a little extra room. The swing.
So that's where the door's at?
Yeah, I got the wall ready. And this damn thing don't want to go in for some reason.
Did you say dirty word?
I did, probably.
Don't do that. Get your finger. Oh, the floor looks pretty though. I like it. It's better than that old carpet did.
Always gets a little tight when you get up next to the wall. But there. It's in. A little persuasion.
You put your knee pads on for this?
No, I didn't. I probably should
You'll
have.
pay for it later, ain't you?
Yeah. And that's it. Just keep going till we get next to the wall. Then we'll have to cut us whatever space we have left. Go out there and rip it on the table saw. Put that in, and then the next thing we'll do, we'll put the molding around the edge. That should be it. Now I got to work out the threshold doorway, but that won't be too hard.
So you say the doorway and then the vents are the challenge?
Yeah, anytime you got to do cutouts. It was fairly simple in here because you didn't have to do
A closet.
You didn't have to cut out around a door jamb like you would if you went into a closet or up to going out into a hallway or something. You have to get you a tool, I can't remember what they're called, oscillating tool, I think. And you have to cut out a space up under the jamb so you can slide the flooring up under, and then you put molding up there.
But now this, we had padding down here from where we had the carpet that you left, but this floor actually has a padding made under it, doesn't it?
Yeah.
I don't remember us doing that in our other
floor's got a little thin pad. You can see right there. It's a little thin piece. It's more like a coating, but you can buy this laminate flooring without padding on the back, and you can buy padding that you would just lay down, and it's about the same as what was left for this padding that we pulled the carpet off of. So plus I didn't have to pull the padding up, pull the tack board up, take off staples out. So anyway, that's it. We're about done. We'll get the
you have to take the spacers out before you do the shoe molding.
Yeah.
Duh.
Before we put the mold down and take our spacers out. And spacers there to keep the floor free floating that way, because if you jam them up tight against the baseboard, when they expand and contract, it'll make the floor buckle. And that's one thing I forgot to mention when I got started. We got this flooring a year or so ago, and it's been in the garage. But whether you bought it a year or so ago, if you bought it 2 weeks ago, you need to bring it into whatever room or climate you're going to put it in and let it sit in there at least 48 hours. That way it acclimates to the room temperature. Because if you don't, if you bring it in and you don't let it acclimate, the floor is going to buckle when it goes to expanding and contracting. So.
That's good, man. That's a good tip. That's important.
Yeah, it is. I've heard of people taking up flooring because they didn't allow it to acclimate.
All right, I think this is going to be a great extension to our bedroom. Back for the shoe molding later.
All right, what we're gonna do, I've got all the molding put down in the room, and basically what I use, you can buy this molding, got it at Lowe's, it goes with the laminate flooring. It's already got the same color so it matches. So I went around to the baseboard, because you gotta leave a gap with the flooring so it can expand and contract, and this covers the gap. So I got all that laid, and now I had to make my own cover for the crack at the threshold of the doors. That one didn't work out so well because I got to redo it. It split, even though I had it pre-drilled. From when I nailed it in, it still split. But this one is a old piece of oak threshold I had, so I just cut a small corner piece off of it. And what I did, I stained it. I got it pre-drilled for my nail holes, and I'm gonna put it right here. And what it's gonna do is gonna hide this crack. If you come around this way, you can show the crack. And then,
why did you pre-drill the nail holes?
so it won't split the wood.
Oh.
Even though it didn't work on that. But that over there was some different type of wood. So you see here, you got the crack we're trying to hide. So once I get this up,
yeah,
it just trims it out. And you can see where I have it pre-drilled. So, and with my molding, I was using these colored finish nails, so they're dark brown, so everything blends in, so it kind of hides the nail. So what I'm gonna do, put this in. There you go. And then the next thing we'll do is, you see this? This is an exterior threshold because this used to be a porch before it was a room. And I'm gonna get some dark brown paint that matches this strip and paint this bright aluminum strip dark brown so that'll make it blend more. It won't stand out and look so bad.
kind of flow from room to room.
Yep. Hey y'all, we're back. It's been a while since we did a video in the room, but we're gonna have a little bit here to tell you about the molding we put down just to finish up this video series on the renovation of this room. As you can see, the room's complete, all the molding is down, we got furnishings in and such, but I just want to show you this little trick some of you may know, some of you may not know about when you're putting down the molding. So I've got the mold down, but I got a little piece I can use for an example and I'll show you. So right here, most of the time when you're putting down molding, you'll come up to wherever you're gonna stop at the baseboard or the trim around the door. And what you do is you'll cut a 45 here, just to kind of dress off the molding where it runs up. So say like if this was your wall and we put it right here, you can dress out. But instead of doing that, instead of cutting this 45, the trick I learned is, as you can see how it's finished here and it's finished here, is instead of just finishing out with a plain 45, what you want to do, you can come up here like this and just ignore this piece like it's one here, and you cut opposite way. Instead of having that 45 dressed out, 45 this way, you just cut 45 like that. You cut a small piece out of the molding and you go in here and you add it in. And then that would finish up and dress out your piece just like we did here. And that way you don't have like a raw 45 there, you have a finished out piece with your molding. So it's just a little trick. It takes you know, just a little bit to figure it out on how to cut it on a miter saw, but it comes in handy as far as finishing out your trim. So some of you may know it, some of you may not, but to me, it's a neat little trick. Hope you enjoyed the video, and Deanna's gonna pan around the room, let you see what the finished product looks like.
So y'all, as before in the first video we did, like Michael said, this is part 3. This was an extension to our bedroom, and it used to be a porch that we closed in some time back. So now it's just a little extra room. With COVID and us being at home all the time, we now have like a little gym area that we can use. I bought this piece from Marketplace. There was a video out there on that, and I just used it for extra storage. And this room serves for, you know, just different purposes. Michael's got his musical instruments in here that he likes to play with, and he also has his artwork in here, and both of us kind of like to piddle around with that sometimes. And not to mention, we also have an extra desk in here because right now with the quarantine, we are both working from home. So now he's got a little corner he can go to, and I have a little corner that I can go to. And this back door is just off of our back porch, our screened-in porch, and then into our bedroom. We decided to keep the tanning bed for a little while for now, and it just makes a good little spare room. It's kind of an all-purpose room. I need to get me some pictures up on the wall, but hey, we're getting there. Thanks y'all for watching.